Hello everyone, it's the preacher coming at you for the first video in a very long time. I've been pretty busy lately. I do have school still. I have after school activities, and last week I was kind of sick and I really didn't want to make a video with me coughing and hacking all the time. So here I am coming back with a brand new video. I'm in a new place. I hope I won't have to film here too often. I hope that I get something set up soon. I'm working on it. But right now I just want to jump right into it. Right now I want to talk about the book of James, which is New Testament obviously. It's a pretty short book compared to some others, and specifically I want to talk about a big theme in James. And I think it's summed up really in the second chapter of James, in the 26th verse. It says, "For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also." So, this is something that so many Christians get very confused on. You see, several Christians believe that you can get to heaven by works. If you work hard enough, if you do enough good, then you can somehow make it to heaven. But that's not what James is saying, and James is oftentimes used to kind of confirm this belief, but that's really not what he's saying. And if you read through James, several chapters that there is in it, if you read it through it a few times, you begin realizing it's not about working to make it to heaven, it's about going to heaven, and because you're going to heaven, you work. And I know that sounds weird, but the verse once again says, "For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also." So you see, when we're talking about getting to heaven, so many people think it as like, I die and God's gonna put like, here's what I've done bad and here's what I've done right, and he's kind of just gonna put it on a scale, and I'm just gonna have to see if my good outweighs my bad. But that's not how it works. You see, in the Bible, it makes very clear that you can't work your way to heaven. The Bible showed many cases of people who were sick and couldn't work, people who were poor, people who were rich, people everywhere in between, religious people. Everyone needed to make it to heaven by the same thing, and that thing is faith. As it says in the 5th chapter of John, verse 24, it says, "Very verily I say unto you, he that heareth my word and believeth on him that sent me hath everlasting life, and shall not come into condemnation, but is passed from death unto life." So right here, Jesus is giving the absolute bare necessities for salvation, and he's saying all you have to do is hear what I'm saying, or hear the gospel, which is kind of how we get to that point. He says hear the gospel, then you have to believe believe what's being told unto you, and then you'll have everlasting life. It says, "Hear my words, believeth on him that sent me," which is God, and then you have everlasting life, which sounds ridiculously easy. But I want to quote one of my, not quote, I'm actually looking it up now. It's one of my favorite verses in the entire Bible. It says in 2 Corinthians 11:3, it says, "But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ." And this happens so many times that we read the Bible and we hear what's being said and we think to ourselves, like, that's way too simple. Like, there has to be more. And because we believe that it seems too simple, we begin making things up along the way. We find this over and over. Acts talks a lot about being saved not through works but by faith. Let's see here. Ephesians also had one. Let's see. This sums up a lot of it. It's in Ephesians 2:8. It says, For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. So even Ephesians goes that extra mile. They're saying not only do you need faith, it's absolutely nothing to do with works. It's like if it was by works, then people could boast by how they got to heaven, which is true. I could, if I made it to heaven just by like the skin of my teeth because I only worked just enough, or if I made it to heaven because I was a missionary and I helped lead thousands to the Lord, I could say like I'm so much of a better Christian than you because I worked my way to heaven so much and you just did nothing. And also, if you believe that works get you to heaven, that kind of leads a lot of gray areas, like what happens if you are lying on your deathbed and you're dying and you get saved? What happens then? You didn't really work for God. You actually did nothing. All you did was you had and you believed. And to many people, that's not really enough. You have to be baptized, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. There's several denominations of Christianity built on this belief. The Jehovah's Witnesses are based heavily in the idea that you need to work your way into heaven. The Mormons and the Pentecostals, they all have this idea of work equals salvation. However, the Bible states several times over that it's not by works, lest any man should boast. That it's not works, it's faith. And if you have faith enough to hear what God says and believe in Him and accept this salvation that is being offered unto you, then you can make it to heaven through grace. There's no other way. I can't work my way to heaven. But I guess, other than that, I guess I'm done for today. I'm going to try to be getting back on these videos. I'm trying to ease back in on it. I'll probably be doing one on Saturday, one on Wednesday, and I'll probably skip out on the Tuesdays videos for now. I just kind of want to make good quality videos the best I can. And so until next time, guys, God bless you. The Preacher signing out.